Hello, hello, hello. This is Sir David the Bard. I'm coming to you from the Sacred Grove, where Joseph Smith claimed that he had his first vision. A lot of big trees here, and I just hiding behind one. They have kind of a, a path where people can come in and look at the special place that I guess he found himself laying on his back. Joseph Smith was on his back a lot from then, with Helen Mar Kimball, Nancy Winchester, and 28 other polygamous wives. I think it was 30 altogether. Anyway, this Mormon church is changing faster than I can do videos. It's money, folks. It's money. The tithing and the resignations are just killing the Mormon church. So they're trying to address some of the problems that they've had. The internet has spread all through their religion and all over the world. And it's no longer able to be hidden. And the Mormon church is trying to find more tithing. So anyway, let me read you this article. Now, it's very interesting. I haven't seen a lot of these, but I'm seeing more and more apologies from the Mormon church, okay? Let me copy the, so I can paste it into you guys. Okay, here it is. It's the Church of Jesus Christ, official stationery. And it is the First Vision accounts. Now, as you may or may not know, Joseph Smith had at least 3, 4, or 5 different accounts of the first vision over time. Now, if God and Jesus Christ had appeared to me, I wouldn't need a video camera. I could remember how many there were. Now, this is BS. If God appeared to you, you know. If God and Jesus appeared to you, and one of them says, "This is my beloved Son, hear him," that's 2. Well, Joseph had a hard time accounting. He was supposed to have 1 wife. He had 30. And little Helen Mar Kimball, she was 14. And Nancy Winchester, we believe, was also 14. They brought teddy bears to their wedding night. So, anyway, let me scroll down here. You guys pull it up. I'll give it to you. Accounts of the first vision. The church, a Mormon church now, is saying the first account was 1832. This is the earliest one, and written in Joseph Smith's own hand. And I don't know if that's on the back of his hand or with his hand, because he didn't have much of an education or morality. Okay. In the account, Joseph described his consciousness of his own sins and his frustration at being unable to find a church that matched the one he had read about in the New Testament, and that would lead him to redemption. He emphasized Jesus Christ's atonement, and he wrote, "The Lord." That's 1, folks. I don't care if you're a 6th grader or not. That's 1. My daughter's a 5th grader. She knows the difference between 1 and 2. So anyway, 1835, he said, I saw 1. Now, in 1838... 6 years later, he had another vision here, or another interpretation of his vision. It was in the Times and Seasons. That was the church magazine, and the church's newspaper, which is the Deseret News, or it was in the Nauvoo, Illinois, so I don't know if it was Deseret then or not. Longer history dedicated by Joseph Smith between periods of intense persecution. Well, he said in this one he was a young man just seeking forgiveness, and focuses on the vision at the beginning of the rise and the progress of the church. The central question of the narrative is, which church is right? Well, in 1842, I don't know, maybe he's going dementia. I don't know. I think he was born dementia. And this was written in this Chicago Democrat. And it said, the Wentworth letter, as it is commonly known, is also the source for the Articles of Faith, the account intended for publication to an audience unfamiliar with Mormon beliefs. As with these accounts, in the following year, etc., etc., he said, why can't I find it? Okay, Mormon beliefs, okay, I'm reading, and appeared two people, okay, it says, experienced and the appearance of two. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the hokey pokey. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your nose in, and you turn all about. That's so the Mormon Church. This is as close to an apology as you're going to get from the Mormon Church. Now the Mormon Church is going to explain to you. Now, I hope you have an IQ right at about 67. That's the only people going to believe this. They're explaining it. One is memory. He may have had some memory problems. Well, you know what? He always remembered to go home to Nancy Winchester and Helen Mar Kimball and the other 28 women and the 16-year-old, I can't think of her name, Fannie Mae, that Emma broomed out of the house when she found him in bed. He could always find his own bed, and he always knew the number of wives that he had. But he doesn't remember. See, was it God, or was it two gods, or was it hokey pokey God? It was the hokey pokey God. Okay. So anyway, the Mormon Church is saying it was his memory problems. Now they're saying he embellished it. Now let me tell you something. If God and or Jesus Christ, in fact, if Elvis appeared to me, I'd remember. I wouldn't have to change his clothes and make him more important, or that his hair was longer, or whatever. Embellishment for Joseph Smith, you bet your ass. He had low self-esteem. He had a feeling that he should be king. He carried that talisman coin in his pocket. He had it on him when he was shot in where was he shot? Carthage. I'm thinking of the well. He was shot. I was there. I went to Carthage jail, and I'll be broadcasting from there next, probably. And I saw the well and where he fell down. Well, anyway, embellishment. The church says, well, maybe he embellished. Maybe he embellished the whole damn religion. That's what it sounds like to me. Conclusion. It doesn't matter. This is the Mormon Church. When their panties are down around their ankles and they're running like hell, this is always the Mormon Church. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It is the foundation of their church. It is the foundation of the credibility of the man called Joseph Smith. It is the entire principles, philosophies, policies, procedures are founded and foundationed by this Disneyland story. So, the Mormon Church is saying, well, don't focus on that. Focus on your tithing and focus on us. We're magic men up here in Salt Lake City, and we don't steal your money. So, anyway, the conclusion. Let me tell you something. The conclusion by the Mormon Church is always, if we get caught with running panties, it doesn't matter. Now, let me tell you something. It does matter. Those of us that have an IQ over 100 go, this is shit. This guy lied from the beginning. He had 3 different visions, and the Mormon Church is going, well, it's not important now. We're trying to mainstream. Oh, my gosh. Well, this is like my daughter. She's 11, and she wanted a pet this year. And so I bought her a hippopotamus. So Allison walks to school, and she has this hippopotamus on a rope. And when she gets to school, the principal said to her, you know, you can't bring a hippopotamus to school. And she says, this is not a hippo. This is a dog. And the principal said, you have embellished the story. It's a hippopotamus. And we notice it. Well, here's the Mormon Church apologizing, and their hippopotamus is sitting on Monson's face. What a church. What a corporation. I love the Mormons. Thanks.